Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to do a really easy natural makeup look, and I'm using some new products, some old favourites, some products that I forgot about and I brought back into my life. This is kind of like my go-to look. I just want something that's easy, that's effortless, that's natural. Because I'm getting like that bit older, I just like to keep the glow and, you know, yourself, and like not be too caked in makeup either. Over my Instagram the other day I was showing my skin and I was like, lads, I'm not wearing any foundation and I want to show you the two products that I use to create that look. I think it is stunning. The team at Nude by Lisa sent me their Airbrush collection, the different shades, and I am shade 2. I will show the different swatches either in a blog post or over on Instagram, but thank you for that, ladies. I have spoken about this and used this before, either here in a video or on the blog. Whatever it was, I'll link below if you want to see it in more detail. But this is a primer, a highlighter and a tint. Now it's not a foundation, it's more for kind of evening out your complexion, but I wanted to show it to you in action again because I was like, God, I loved this. I stopped using it and I was like, why did you stop using it? Okay, so let me show you this in more detail. This is shade 2. The only thing that I would enjoy is if this was in a pump. I did say that in my initial video, just for like hygiene purposes. I feel like you're dipping in like loads. I'm going to use my Sosu sponge because that's what I use all the time to blend it into the skin. And you can see that it just does a gorgeous job of evening out the skin tone. Now it doesn't completely cover the redness, but we will be using something else. I've tried using it as a highlighter, but it doesn't give me enough glow for what I want. Like you can see that it gives a really nice kind of soft sheen to the skin, and that's why I love using it either on its own or under foundation. You can mix it with your foundation too if you want. So that's what the skin looks like with shade 2. Is it shade 2? Yeah, Nude. And to me that's a really nice no makeup look when it comes to your skin. To me, I want to kind of like just cover up the eyes a little bit more coverage on my cheeks and my nose, but I wanted to show you this in action. Oh my god, this is now my new favourite concealer. So it's a Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear concealer and I'm in the shade Buff 215. Again, this has one of these contraptions. Now the one that's, or the little applicator itself, it's very large, but it makes it for a great all over concealer all over your face. So I like to just apply a little bit there, a little bit on the outer side here, and I just think this shade is perfect for me. Picks up like a really nice amount of product, and then I'm just going to dot a little bit onto my cheeks too. Cheeks, the edge of the nose. I don't know if you've noticed, but when it comes to me and concealers, I don't tend to reach for them on a daily basis because I'm like, oh, like some of them are grand. I only have like 1 or 2 that I think are fab. This has now gone to the top of the list. Okay, I need to look at myself close. I can't actually see anything in the viewfinder. So I like to use a sponge to blend this in because I think it gives a really even finish, a really flawless finish too. You can take this over the eyelid as well if you want, but it just takes away all the blue and purple undertones on my under eye area. I love it. And because I am now a lady of a certain age, I'm 45, I am just so aware of like what concealers I put under my eyes because I don't want it to emphasize any kind of fine lines, any of my little wrinkles, my laugh lines. So I'm just blending everything and just blending everything really nicely. But I think that coverage looks so good for a skin tint and a concealer. I just think it makes my eyes look really funny until I get like the makeup on. I think it looks gas because I'm after cancelling out all of that, anything that's been like on top of my eyes as well. What I always do when it comes to concealers under my eyes, I always set it. So I'm going to use my Airbrush Flawless Finish powder from Tilbury in shade 1, and I'll show you, like, this is the most finely milled powder and I think it does the perfect job again of kind of like, see on this side I have that trough here under my eye, and it, whatever way it does, it blurs everything out but without looking, again, cakey. And I think it's fab. It just sets the concealer perfectly. And then while I'm here, I'll just take a little bit on that brush. I'm going to link all the brushes below. This is from Blank Canvas from their Christmas collection. Just powder the nose, and then I always powder my laugh lines because that's where any kind of foundations or whatever will tend to crease on me. And then what I always do is I get shiny here, whatever way the pores are. So I'll always just take a little bit of powder on my brush and pat it there. And that's it. Fabulous. In terms of bronzer, I was sent a bag of products from L'Oreal before Christmas I was like, oh, I haven't tried this. This is the Bronze to Paradise bronzer, and it is in the shade 02 Back to Bronze. I haven't used L'Oreal bronzers in yonks, and I was like, the other day I was like, I'll give it a go. Just gonna use it on my regular Real Techniques kind of brush, because I just want it to be not like for sculpting, but just like to wash or give my skin a wash of colour, like warm it up a little bit. This bronzer is so nice. Like, it just gives a really nice natural look and shadow and like warmth to the skin, and it sits really nicely on top of the products. If you use a formula like this with a big brush, you do have to kind of like work it in, but I think if you were to use it on a smaller, denser brush, it would pick up a lot more colour. But do you know me, I always tend to over apply, so I think I get like a more even distribution when it comes to using a big brush like this. It just warms up the skin really, really nicely. So just after Christmas, I did a big organisational day here in the office, and I found a couple of products that were sent to me before Christmas and that I hadn't used. So I was like, oh, I'll give this a go. So I'm going to show you this blush. It's from Isadora. It's the Isadora Perfect Blush in the shade 06 Cotton Candy. Oh, the light is kind of like washing it out. That's the colour there. That's the colour there. It's just the light picks up the sheen in it. That's it, that's the true colour there. I haven't used any of their blushes before, and they sent this one and kind of like a darker one. I don't think I have this here. And I was like, no, this is a bit of me. You know me, I love kind of like peachy, corally blushes. This gives the most gorgeous flush of colour to the cheeks, but it's like really natural. And it also gives the skin like a tiny bit of glow as well, but without it being too much, because I still want to go in with my highlighter. Isn't that gorgeous? Just such a really bright colour, like in the pan. Then when you put it on, it's definitely more subtle, says she who's about to apply way too much. Then for my highlight, there is nothing that I can find to compare to the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. It's just perfection for me and my skin type and what I want out of a highlight. Now I do have like a bit of a glow there, but I just want like a little bit more amped up. Anytime I wear it over on Instagram, I always get people messaging me going, oh my god, what highlight are you wearing? Or your skin looks gorgeous. It's this, it's always this. I'll just show you. Probably too much. I just dot it there. I'm just going to use my finger to pat it in. It sits really nicely over the powders, and it's the perfect colour. So I know that she has a couple of different variations of this out, but this is my favourite. This is like a champagne colour, and because I think like for me, anything that's too gold just doesn't suit my skin tone. Anything that's too pinky, there's a Pillow Talk one, works better on me as a blush more so than a highlight, I think. What I'm going to do next is just do something really quick and easy on my eyes, because I want to show you a lid shade that is just stunning. But first, because I've applied this bronzer on my cheeks, I'm going to use it as a transition in my crease as well. Just take like a little fluffy brush. I always do this. Just add like a little bit of shadow into the crease. Doing something like this just adds a little bit more dimension, and I just think it makes the perfect daytime look, or like the base for the daytime look. This next product is beautiful. So my sister was away before Christmas and she bought me home a Kiko eyeshadow, a single eyeshadow, and then a palette. So I haven't used a palette yet, but do you know what? I was like, God, do you remember back in the day, like we all used to be all about like the single eyeshadows, and I feel like they don't even get a look in now. It's all palettes. Now, it's from the Christmas collection, and the other day when I checked on the Kiko website, it is still in stock along with the rest of the products from the holiday range. So it's a Holiday Fable shade 03 Blazing Bronze. Look at that. So I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. It's got a really soft kind of, not wet texture, but like damp texture. And like the look of it, the finish of it reminds me of like the Charlotte Tilbury, the Eyes to Mesmerize, except that's like a cream shadow and this is more like a powder, but like a wet powder. That's it. Could absolutely apply this with a brush. I don't know, I like using products like this with my finger. I feel like you get it, well, I get an easier or more even finish. And I take that same brush, there's no product on there, and I'm just blending it between where I've applied that metal eyeshadow and where I've applied the bronzer. I think that's beautiful. Now I'm going to apply a mascara off camera because it's coming soon, but I'll come back and obviously you're going to see what my lashes look like. So this is them before. I had to tilt the blinds a little bit because the sun is coming around. It was just washing me out. So look, this is obviously the after, the before. Okay, the mascara is done. It's the new Sculpted one, but I will review that properly in a few weeks whenever it comes out. But just a little sneaky peek. Okay, eyes are done, face is done, time for the lips, and I'm going to show you my current favourite lip combo. So this again is from L'Oreal from before Christmas. It's their Colour Riche lip liner in the shade 302 Bois de Rose. This is just like a regular pencil. I don't think I've ever used a lip pencil from L'Oreal. It's so nice. It's so soft and creamy, but it's not too creamy, because you know the way you can try lip liners sometimes and they're too glidey, too slippy, and you know that they're going to be up your face. Not so with this. And then the final product is again from Isadora, and it's the Smooth Colour Hydrating Lip Balm, okay? And this is in the shade 55 Soft Caramel. This is what it looks like. It's like a little lipstick, but it's crayon. Wait till you see this. Oh! So nice on the lips. It's just the perfect kind of dusky pinky shade, even though it says caramel. It definitely leans more pink on me instead of kind of like caramel, but the shade is stunning. I love it so much. It's like perfect for spring, I think. I always do that with my hair. And that's the look. Let me show it to you more in detail. Now I feel like I need a bit more blush. Yeah, just because like, you know when you have your eyes done and your lips done and you're like, no, I feel like I need to balance it out with... I mean, what you say, I'm going to like look back at this footage later and be like, what are you doing? Okay, stop applying makeup. That's the look. I'm ready for spring. I love having like just a little bit of bronze on the eyes. I think it kind of helps make my eyes pop. I think it's such a universal shade as well. It would suit all eyeball colours. And then when it comes to the lips, I did try wearing this without a lip liner, but I just felt because it's so kind of creamy and slippy, I just felt better. I thought it looked better with a lip liner. Absolutely love those. I'm definitely going to try more of those lip liners. I think they're fab. Delighted with how that looked on my skin. With the concealer, it's been a while since I've tried lots of new products together and I absolutely love them. Now, will you be picking up any of these products? Let me know. I'm going to leave everything linked in the description box below, and if you want any more details on them, just let me know. I might show them in a little bit more detail, more close up over on Instagram if you want. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I look lovely.